Hello, all you wonderful, lovely people, and welcome back to Stellaris. As you can see, we are playing with the latest update, which has introduced Origins over here, which we're going to go through in just a second. But before we get going, bit about this episode, I suppose, and the series as a whole. To begin with, you don't need to watch this episode in order to understand what we're doing in this game. This is just an introduction to who we're playing as, basically. There's a couple of you who got in touch in the last Stellaris series we did on the channel and said you'd like to see basically the setup, right? I suppose if you guys wanted to replicate it, play your own version, or a similar version. So here we are. We're going to be showcasing, the entire creation of our race, selection, and then setup of the world. If you wanted to play a similar world as well, but we're also going to go through all the origins because it's new, it's cool. So we'll go through the origins. I'll probably do that first, just in case you just want to stick around for that, before skipping straight into the gameplay. And then obviously if you wanted me to take you through the rest of it, that's fine as well. So without any further ado, let's go to the origins. So as you can see, the origins are brand new. They kind of dictate your race's history in a way, and as you can see, or might recognize that some of them sound familiar. I think some of these used to be in the traits over here, so they probably removed them and put them here. So for example, Mechanist, you start the game with 8 pops being robots, and you get a bit of upkeep bonuses. Life seeded as well, you get a Gaia world, post so yeah, some of these used to be in here, but quite a few of them are new. I'm going to go through them all, just in case you're curious. So let's start with, I guess the first one. So prosperous unification. A stable planetary unification has allowed this civilization to prosper and grow. The game starts with 4 additional populations and an additional 2 districts. I guess it gets you going a bit faster, right? You got a bit more pops, so you get producing a bit more. And then of course you also start with the 2 additional districts. I assume that means built, not 2 max, because that means your planet size is 2 bigger. But yeah, it just means you get a few more bonus resources, right? Mechanist, we just went through. Civilization has been preoccupied with the idea of metallic automatons since the early Steam Age, Bioshock basically. I've never played that game, but that's the gist I got of it. Anyway, although many said it could not be done, the first true robots left the assembly line long before even rudimentary space flight was achieved. Start the game with 8 pops, being robots, and the technology and infrastructure to build more. Robot upkeep is minus 5%. Syncretic evolution, as you can see, we can choose a new syncretic species. Basically, I think we played with this last time actually, didn't we? And I'm going to go through the history and the lore of who we're playing as. You might recognize the name, but I'll go through in a bit why we're not doing this again. Anyway, syncretic evolution, a second species forms an integral part of this civilization. They are big, strong, and most of them have the intelligence of a particularly dim-witted child. Ancient wars have culled their species of their most aggressive tendencies, leaving them quite servile. Start the game with 12 pops being of another subservient species. Life seeded, the civilization has evolved in a paradise. Beautiful. Possibly designed just for them. Homeworld is a Gaia world, size 25, with several rare planetary features. Habitability preferences set to Gaia world, making it basically next to impossible early on to settle on other planets. And then this one's basically the complete opposite. Baptized by nuclear hellfire, this civilization has faced total annihilation and survived. Devastated yet unbroken, they have rebuilt civilization from the ashes of the old world. Effects: capital starts as a tomb world. Gain the survivor trait, granting 70% tomb world habitability bonus and 10 years extra leader lifespans. This is the one we're going to be playing as, Remnants, and I'll explain in just a sec why that is. But this civilization once spanned the void, controlling much of the galaxy. They were eventually defeated and almost destroyed, but after a long period of destitution, they are returning to the stars. Start with the Relic World as your homeworld, reclaim your lost glory. I don't know if this has any storylines or stuff coming from it, but yeah, I think this is one of the new ones as well. That might be a default one, I guess, but this is definitely a new one, I think. Don't think it was ever a trait. Then we've got Shattered Ring, where obviously we start on a ring world, which I like. It changes this as well. That's really cool. This civilization inhabits a ring world built by unknown forerunners. If it can be understood and fully repaired, it will grant them great power. Start with the partially destroyed ring world as your home world. The ring world will start with an arcane generator that is able to maintain some of your segments. I really want to play this. In fact, before this recording, I started recording another one. We designed another species. You'll probably encounter them when we go into the other menu. We were going to start on the Shattered Ring origin because it sounded really cool, and I think you get 4 segments, so that'd be really good late game as well. But I had like instant like wave of inspiration when I was going through the origins, and eventually we settled on Remnants, and like I said, I'm going to explain why after all the origins. Anyway, Void Dwellers. This civilization has made its home in space for as long as it has maintained records. Life in a typical planetary environment is anathema to them. They live on 3 orbital habitats that were only recently united. Start with 3 orbital habitats and the technology to build more, which would be quite cool. We could do it. Members of your species thrive on habitats and produce 15% more there. Severe habitability and growth penalties on normal planets and hydroponic farms produce 1 extra food per farmer job. Oh no, 1 extra farmer job. Okay, that's cool. So yeah, again, really cool. Basically, you get the habitats tech and you can build a bunch of them. So if you want to be like, you could literally have like a massive starting system and build so many colonies. I mean, they're really expensive, especially to do it from the very beginning, but it could be a very interesting play. Next we have Scion, another one I was considering doing. A fallen empire has meddled in the development of this civilization for thousands of years, guiding them onto a path of their choosing. Basically, we start as a vassal of a fallen empire, which could be cool, depending on which fallen empire. Galactic Doorstep. This civilization has a dormant gateway on their home system, potential technological benefit, or a looming menace. It depends what kind of gateway, really. If it's an L gate, alright, that could be really good. Basically, you guarantee you have an L gate in your system somewhere, if you ever want to do that. If it's a regular gateway, it's not really that great, is it? Now, another thing about the next 4, well, this one and the next 3, you might need the DLC. We, as I said, are running with the Federations expansion. However, I also have every other expansion and DLC in Stellaris. I absolutely love this game, in case you couldn't tell. So I can play everything, basically. Depending on what kind of gate it's on about. If it's an L gate, you'll probably need, I think it's one of the story packs. I can't remember which one. Stellar something maybe, I can't remember. But yeah, you might need it to be able to play with the Galactic Doorstep origin. Similarly with the Tree of Life, you need I think it's Utopia expansion or Mega I can't remember. You need an expansion for these 2 at the very least. Basically, Tree of Life. This hive world evolved in a symbiotic relationship with a vast tree. The tree giant grants them many benefits, but its loss would cripple them. Our hive gains many bonuses from living on a planet with a Tree of Life present, or penalties if it is absent. Colony ships are more expensive, but will provide new planets with their own sapling. So I think it's kind of like, I've never really played Hive Mind, and we could do that as a playthrough again in the future, because that'd be quite cool. But basically, it sounds like you have Yggdrasil, the world tree essentially, from I think it's Norse mythology, and you have to you basically plant a colony. You don't create one, you plant a colony on a new world each time, and you have to grow the Tree of Life. That's a really cool idea. I like that. We'll definitely try that at some point. On the shoulders of giants, due to some unknown past, this civilization has hidden boons in their solar system, placed there by a mysterious benefactor. So an archaeological site related to a mysterious benefactor in your home system. That sounds cool. I think they may have done a mini episode or video on this during development. It vaguely sounds familiar, the mysterious benefactor. But again, something really cool, something really interesting that I'd like to do. It also sounds like it definitely has some sort of storyline link to it. Resource consolidation, again, you probably need the expansion linked to this. I think it's Utopia. This machine intelligence has long since consolidated all resources on their home system into their capital world, covering it entirely with machinery. Basically, we start with the machine world. Nothing super fancy, you just get a machine world, that's all it is. Common ground, again, these two you definitely need the Federation's expansion for. Maybe. Actually, yeah, I imagine you would, simply because they're directly related to Federations, and we'll go into them now. So, Common Ground, this civilization established early contact with their immediate alien neighbours. Finding strength in their differences, they soon decided to face the future, and whatever it might bring, together. Start as a leader of the Galactic Union Federation, with 2 additional members. Members will occupy any guaranteed habitable worlds slots near your home system. Start with the Federation tradition unlocked. Basically, we start in a Federation, which is an interesting concept. But it's a Galactic Union Federation, and I think we start with every game starts with at least 1 or 2 colonizable worlds, right? I think this just means they're auto-colonized. Yeah. I don't know if that means you, because it says members, so I don't know if that means like other members or all members of this seeded federation. I don't know. Anyway, hegemon, basically the same thing. This civilization established early contact with their immediate alien neighbors. Gradually, over the span of a century, they masterminded the birth of an interstellar union in which they would have a dominant role. Start as a leader of a hegemony federation with 2 additional members. Members will, yeah, same thing basically. But we start with the Federation tradition unlocked. Oh, for both of them, yeah. The only difference is the type of Federation, and that's what at least this expansion does. I don't know if it's in the free update, but the expansion definitely, there's multiple types of Federations. That's why I didn't choose these, because I don't know the difference. And there's more than 2, I'm sure of that. So that's why we're going with a different one, so we can choose. It is a bit risky. It may mean, the game generates a bunch of hostile empires, in which case that would really suck. It just means we'll have to go and do another Federation gameplay in the future. Doomsday. This civilization's homeworld is highly unstable, and it's only a matter of time before it blows. Their only hope is to seek refuge elsewhere before it's too late. So it's basically a challenging origin. I don't think it's that challenging, to be honest. But basically, TLDR, your homeworld will go kaboom 35 to 45 years after the game starts. Valuable resources from a doomed planet's mantle boost production on the surface. No guaranteed have. Oh, right, yes, there's the challenging thing. But it's still not that bad. I think you can still colonize bad planets. It just means you grow slower. But we're not doing that, not this time anyway. We'll definitely do a challenge run. And then we got Lost Colony, finally. This civilization originated as a lost and forgotten colony, separated from its homeworld long ago. The struggling colonists endured many hardships before they were able to build up the necessary technological and industrial base that would allow for a return to space. An advanced empire of this species is spawned somewhere in the galaxy. So basically, we're copied. The main race grew somewhere. We kind of went off on our own. So yeah, we're a bit behind. But it's a cool concept, cool RP concept. But we're going to go with Remnants. Why Remnants? Well, this is, if you want to skip this part, that's fine. This is just basically the lore, why we're doing this, and the link into the previous series actually. So go ahead if you only came here to see the origins, that's fine. I'll see you in the next episode. If not, cool. We'll get cracking and explain the backstory of the Democratic Adari Technocracy. So, basically, we are following on from our previous Let's Play, actually, the first one on the channel. We previously played as the Imperial Adari Empire, and we did have these adorable little gecko people who were our subservient species. Like I said, we did start with syncretic evolution as our trait, and we had those guys helping us, which is cool. Not anymore. By the end of the game, we absolutely destroyed the endgame crisis. Like, it was like, you what, mate? You even doing anything? we destroyed them. They were no challenge. We basically then ended up conquering like what, half the galaxy at least, maybe more. I can't remember, but we basically conquered a large portion of it. Now, we the idea of this is like with the origin of Remnants. You know, we did once span the void. We had a massive empire. We controlled much of the galaxy, but same they were eventually defeated. So perhaps the idea is, I don't know, maybe some disease sprung up, and you know it primarily hit our subservient species, right? Because they're no longer here. I mean, we could always create them and have them force spawned into the game. That'd be quite cool. But ultimately, something happened. I don't know if there's a big war. I mean, there's no one ready to challenge us, or maybe it's civil war. I don't know. But ultimately, something went really, really bad, and we basically collapsed in on ourselves and to this one planet. Whether it's the original homeworld or not, I'll let you guys decide. But you know, over time we did gradually build up, but we didn't go the same route. We were like, okay, something clearly went wrong with having it as a monarchy. You know, where one person would die and then their offspring would take over. So what people decided was, you know, technology did work out well. You know, it did help us. You know, it got us good pleasures in life. It helped us with our jobs, helped us improve quality of life, all that good stuff. But what didn't work was the imperial side. So we are now a democracy, and we are actually a direct democracy. And I really like this little bit of text. This government is a materialistic form of democracy where citizens use computer networks to vote directly on most matters regarding the state. So very, very similar concept to I don't think it was Black Mirror, was it? I think it was a Star Trek episode, maybe The Next Generation, where it's something like that, as a sci-fi one. Maybe it's Orville, I can't remember. But basically, they went down on a planet, or they were observing a planet. Yeah, it definitely wasn't Black Mirror. They were observing a planet, basically, and everything was voted on by basically your phone, very much like Tinder, essentially. You swipe right, swipe left, yes, no. And that's basically how that's what we are. We're that now. So we are going to have elections every 10 years to select a new ruler. I very, very, very rarely play democracy. So if you guys got any suggestions and help and advice, that'd be really cool. If you guys want to be in the game, if you want to have a chance at being the ruler, let me know. I'll name leaders after you, because you know, it selects the person from the leader pool. I don't think, just because of the way, you know, we're not live streaming or anything, just because of the way we're going to record this, I don't think we can vote ourselves on it unless I happen to end an episode when an election starts or is going on, and then I can like influence the decision by spending influence. Don't know. We'll see how it goes. If it is possible, I'm more than happy to have you guys vote in the comments who you'd like to be the ruler, but I don't think it's going to work that way. But let's just look at our civics. We did choose Diplomatic Corps because, like I said, we want to go down the Federation route this time. We're super friendly. We're Xenophile. Very rarely ever choose this one. Cannot use no refugees. Cannot enslave. That's fine. Cannot displace. I think that means we can't force resettle people. But I rarely... I think I did that quite a bit in the last one, didn't I? Towards the end. That's fine, though. We can just do the whole immigration thing. I never tried that. I just force resettle people. But we do get 20% trade value, and we get 2 additional envoys, which I think means... I don't know. It must be new, because I don't know what that is. We also get 2 here. We also get diplomatic weight plus 10. Again, probably new. Anyway, we're also going to go with materialist, which is fairly unchanged. In fact, it hasn't changed one bit. Nope, they're both the same. So we get reduced robot upkeep, and we get a little bit faster research speed. Normally I go fanatic materialist. We're going to go regular materialist this time. But fanatic xenophile, not xenophobe. I know I said last time I might choose spiritualist or some other thing. However, I want to continue. I want to have some remnants, some not message, but some links back to the past, right? You know, beyond our face. So that's the idea behind that. We completely changed this. We completely changed our authority. Obviously, we Origin's brand new, so that's completely different. Advisor voice, I've gone with
I
Xenophile.
may be an artificial intelligence, but I share your enthusiasm for seeking out fellow organic intelligences among the stars.
Love it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. This is our flag. It's all very cybernetic-y, which I think is cool. Goes with the technocracy thing, and we're two different colors. I can't remember what. I think were we black and red or purple and red last time? I can't remember. I know we were red and something. We were humanoid ships, and I do love the look of them. Unfortunately, there's no preview, so they're super duper tiny. We're gonna go or should we go? Let's go avian. They're super cool. We'll go avian. I also like the backdrop. That's where is it? City appearance. Can't change it. That is because we got a relic world, and I really like that. It's really cool. We're gonna go reptilian. I just like them because they look really tall, really cool. It's pretty good. Here we're gonna have Adaris and Adaria. So I guess we're starting again on our homeworld. We are the original Adarians, I guess. Adari. I think it was. We could change it again. Say, I don't know, we ruined it. It's now super dry. Nah, it's fine. Oh, it's the relic world. Never mind. It did it for us. But this is what we prefer. Maybe we do go dry climate. This one? That should be fine. Yeah, I think we'll go this one. Just to kind of match what we are, and we'll just say this is what we've grown. Like everyone living here would have grown up on that, so that makes sense. Here we are intelligent, which is from before. Unruly, we weren't that before. I chose this just to mostly kind of to game the system a little bit, just to get a bit reduce our points. But I also don't care about Empire Sport. Like we were well over the cap last time, and we did fine. Venerable is new, just because I thought it's different. You know what? No, let's not choose that. What we're going to choose instead? I don't know. Maybe we'll come back to it and I'll let you know when we actually start the game because I could be here picking for hours. We've got 4 points to use. Extremely adaptive. Done. Okay. Sedentary. Again, just kind of gaming the system. There wasn't anything new here. It's all very samey, same as before. So I just kind of picked. The only thing that came over from the last one, I think, is decadent and intelligent. Decadent, I guess, makes sense a bit maybe, and sedentary, but yeah. Anyway, extremely adaptive. Well, we're a relic world. Something went wrong, we had to adapt. Sure. Nameless, we're going to go SPQR again. If you guys want, like I said, if you want to rename one of the leaders, or you got ideas for planet names, ship type names, fleet names, let me know in the comments. I'm more than happy to replace them. Do need to change this. I'll probably change that to I don't know, something else. Let you know when we start the game. Species, we are the Adarian, and we are, of course, the purple dudes, although we're blue because we're female. Anyway, that's where we're going to leave it for this episode. This is just the intro, so if you were interested in it and it made sense and you liked it, please give the video a like. I really appreciate that, and let me know in the comments below what you think. As well, if you've got any ideas, like names, like do you want to be one of the leaders and go for the elections and stuff? And what do you think about the new origins as well? Let me know in the comments. Like this is not going to be the last episode. We're not going to wait last series either. After this one, we're not going to wait like for the next expansion. We'll definitely be doing another Stellaris gameplay playthrough. So let me know what origin you are most excited to see and what you would like to see in a future one. I'm really keen on Shattered Ring and On the Shoulders of Giants. These two in particular. These two could be fun. Very different gameplays from the beginning. I mean, this one's slightly different. You're just a vassal. I don't know if there's any like story that branches out from the Scion, but this could be really, really cool. And like I said, these two as well. So let me know what race you want to see in the future, and I'll add it to my list, and we can like create one together. These ones we've pretty much already played before, except from the past. That's a default. But yeah, really cool to see. Really keen to see where it goes. We're playing Remnants. Gonna start on a relic world, whatever that means. Should be fun. But if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel as well. Really appreciate the support, and don't forget to hit the bell icon. It'll let you know when new episodes go live. And like I said, there is going to be another episode that goes live at the same time as this one. with the actual first episode. This is just the intro, episode 0 essentially. I wouldn't just do this and then make you wait another day or two just to start the game. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. We'll just save again because I'm paranoid. But thanks so much for watching. I will see you when we get going in the next episode. See ya.